I'm getting on really late today, so I apologize for that. I think most people are going to be watching this stream after the fact, but I've been looking at a lot of really interesting articles on censorship. There was one in particular that really kind of spurred my interest in this, and so when I started kind of diving deep into it, there was a lot of other ones that I thought were of note. So I put a lot of links to some of the articles below, but the first one that I thought was that really kind of caught my eye was this was Russia. Russia has basically been going through and blocking VPN, like going to basically VPN providers, NordVPN, ExpressVPN, IPVanish, Hide My Ass. So these are VPN services that are in Russia, and like these ones are basically they're demanding that they ban certain sites and offer some of that censorship to what they're doing. So like if you look at there was this other article that there was a VPN service that is now going outside of Russia, like they're moving the servers, you know, outside as they're kind of putting in and implementing this ban. And so this has like some different implications with cryptocurrency because VPN services tend to be something that are like a security essential with the cryptocurrency industry, and you kind of see how some of the things are going to transfer and translate over. One of the big recent things that we've seen has been the Article 13. You've seen like millions of YouTubers because of this Article 13 like copyright directive. You're seeing a lot of people that are turning to move outside of some of these different regions and having different ways to kind of move around some of this. So the Article 13 that kind of came in, I thought this was an interesting article. What, you know, this meme ban means for the cryptocurrency industry, and we're seeing that you know, now that it's essentially going to become illegal for certain types of content to like circulate, or for you to even republish some of that content on the internet. It's just a complete violation of a lot of the privacy concerns and laws. Hey, buddy. I got these kids just wanting to understand what I'm doing. I thought this was funny. I posted this in my group. This is just like, I think there's been a lot of hilarious memes that have like come with the Article 13 implication. This was an article that was talking about how like China is starting to censor different, you know, blockchain firms and kind of some of the things they're doing. Like China has been a big like controller of content like in that country. I was like, I haven't been to China, so I haven't really experienced it, and I know that there's like some of these different like hubs or something that you can use to kind of get around some of these some of these blockades that are in those regions. So the other big one was Dubai. Like when I was in Dubai, like they block your ability to stream on YouTube, to talk to people on WhatsApp, to talk to people on Facebook Messenger, Skype. Everything has to go through like the UAE, and in terms of what they were doing. Like I kind of got a crash course lesson on some of the censorship issues that a lot of these firms are not these firms, but I guess these kind of regulatory bodies are using to really clamp down a lot of things that are going on. I thought this was kind of an interesting quote by Edward Snowden. You know, when we have the means to have the technology to end mass surveillance without any legislative action at all, without any policy changes, by basically adopting changes like making mass encryption a universal standard where all communications are encrypted by default, we can end mass surveillance, not just in the United States, but around the world. So there's like I was, when I really first started getting into crypto, like I was, I really felt like Steemit was going to be like a really awesome alternative to like a lot of the kind of the kings of censorship, which have been Facebook and Twitter. Like those two have been like, I think that was one of the big reasons why people were looking to kind of get away from some of those mediums, was because of the censorship issues. But however, like I got away from it just because it's you have the same issues. Like it's like I've been censored on Steemit twice for kind of posting about like different cryptocurrency related topics, and so like they're not like the solution in my point of view, and that's I think why like I haven't really been a big proponent of Steemit. Like I feel like there may be something in the works that will be better in the future. However, if you do have like a medium or platform that does come about, like these are some of the tactics that you're going to see regulatory agencies that are going to use to try to stop decentralization and stop different platforms from functioning within their control. So this is a topic I've been following quite a bit. There's a lot of different angles, a lot of different things that kind of come into play. Like I think there was a lot of talks about like some of the things that they were going to be doing with YouTube to censor certain types of content by basically just kind of using like different legalese to like, for instance, like with the whole BitConnect case, like they're basically blaming YouTube for allowing people to talk about BitConnect on their platform, and they're basically putting the fault on that. Like that's what's being included in some of the civil lawsuits and things of that nature. And so like you can kind of see some of the steps that are going to be leading up into this. Like they've already, on a lot of these platforms, have banned like cryptocurrency ads. It's a very much a kind of fighting the system. Let me check on the chat a little bit. Looks like you're in a hospital restaurant. Yeah. This is there aren't very many places where I can get decent Wi-Fi connection. It's like there's like a handful of places that are at least within a decent driving distance where I can get on where it's the stream's going to be okay. China has their own great firewall. Even Vietnam, like that was something that I didn't know a whole lot about, but Vietnam also has like some different firewall restrictions, and a lot of it is it's almost like set up in a way to like in a sense like kind of like because of like espionage reasons for like other regulatory agencies or intelligence agencies that are like trying to hack their way into those regions to extract information for whatever reason. So like the whole cryptocurrency movement has been very kind of like more of like an individual basis. There's not as many like corporate entities that are getting into it, at least yet. I think that may change. I got a lot of different theories on some of that, like one of the things I was kind of like theorizing, like if you look at CoinMarketCap, and you're looking at like the whole market as a whole is not like overly big. Like if you look at like Bitcoin is 71 billion. You got Ethereum and Ripple at 14, 13 billion. They've kind of been going back and forth, and a few other billion-dollar projects, but only 12 with a market cap over $1 billion. And this has changed drastically from like the peak that we had seen in 2017. So let's say you get a bank and they're going to back their own stable coin. Like I think this is probably what JP Morgan is going to do with their JPM coin, after they were kind of calling out Bitcoin and saying it's a scam and having all of these like spreading essentially a bunch of FUD about Bitcoin. And meanwhile, in the background, they're developing a bunch of patents and different things that they're working with in the blockchain industry. You get a stable coin, and then you start funneling something into like you know, something that's like pegged to $1 that has a backing of $1. You know, it doesn't take very much money, especially from a banking perspective, to get into like the top 5 on CoinMarketCap, right? And that's like, at least in the cryptocurrency industry, especially if we see a little bit of like a resurgence of interest in crypto, it's like free advertising because you're essentially in the top 10 at that point. There's been some reports that have come out about Tether, like not having the funds to back up, like because they're right now at like 2 billion in their market cap, but like I posted an article in my Telegram. I'll put the link in the description below if you guys want to come in and join. There's I don't know. There's a lot of really interesting aspects to kind of the, like, I feel like for the next few years, like this is going to be the big thing I think that we're going to be looking at, is like how some of this stuff is going to be interpreted by different agencies and regulatory bodies. But they go after YouTube because they want to edit their users, making them a publisher and responsible for the content. What's up, Joey? So anyways, I just kind of wanted to do a quick stream, kind of like covering some of these articles. I think that there's, I don't know, it's like there's a lot that when you kind of start diving into it, like I think it's kind of something that I've been having a lot of really interesting conversations with some of the people that I've been with here in the Philippines. There's a lot of foreigners as well that are from different areas that have some different perspectives on how some of this is going to be interpreted, like from where they're at, whether it's the Middle East, whether it's India, whether it's you know, somewhere in the EU. You know, and they all have their eye on kind of like what's going on with the states. You know, because I really feel there's been some indicators that we might see a we've been long overdue for like a financial, you know, retracement in or depression, if you want to look at it that way. So I feel like the next crypto bull run, which some people are theorizing might be in, you know, in like at the end of this year. I don't know. Like I think it might take a little bit longer than that, but I think that I think you're going to see kind of like a coinciding of like a little bit of a collapse of some of the traditional financial markets and a resurgence with a lot of the different kind of newer financial models and whatnot. So I am just getting hounded by these kids. So anyways, I think that's about all I'm gonna cover for today. Like there's, this is kind of a deep topic, and I just kind of like covering some of it. I thought the VPN issue, like with what Russia's trying to do, was pretty interesting, and I just kind of started going down the rabbit hole with that. So yeah, interesting stuff. It's something I've had to deal with quite a bit with some of the community Telegram groups that I've been with. I've been banned in so many different Telegram groups on you know, Facebook, Steemit, you know, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. It's pretty experienced with it. So anyways, all right guys, appreciate y'all staying online. I'll catch you guys on the next one.